Hey everyone, welcome on Davis Stack. So in the last video, we integrated the camera with help of the camera plugin. So this is the layout of the camera tab of our WhatsApp clone UI. So in the last video, we didn't work on this button. So in this video, we had to work on this button. So if a person will click the photo with help of this button, then we are going to land into the new page where we have the multiple options like cropping, adding the emoji, adding the text or editing the photo. Also, we have the option of adding the caption, just like the WhatsApp one. So we are not going to work on the functionality, but we are going to make this kind of layout for our WhatsApp clone UI. So at the end of this video, in your WhatsApp clone UI, when you click on this button, then you will gonna land into the new page where the layout will be this. So please watch the video till the last to achieve this kind of layout for your WhatsApp clone. And before moving forward, don't forget to subscribe this channel and like the video and share the video to your friend to motivate me. So let's start the coding. So we have to work on this button, and here is the code of this button. And here we have the onTap method. So let me create a new method for it. The method will be a type void, and the name of the method will be take photo, where we have to write the logic of the taking the picture. Okay, so for taking a picture, what we have to do that we have to use the same camera controller which we created. So here we created the camera controller and we have to use this camera controller to take the picture. So let me use the camera controller. So in the camera controller, we have a one method called take picture, and in the take picture, we have to provide the path where we want to store the image which we clicked. So if you remember in the last video, when we added the camera, at that time we also added the path provider. So we have to use that path provider package to get the access of the temp folder of the Android file system. Like if you go on a Android file system, you will find that there is a temp folder. In that particular temp folder, we are going to store the image. So here in a take picture, we have to provide the actual path, the directory name where we want to store the image with the file name. So for that, we have to use the path provider. So let me create a new variable called path, and I'm going to use the get temporary directory method, and that comes with the path provider only. So if I will go above, then you will gonna find that there is a path provider is imported over here. And also for your information, I added the dispose method for disposing the camera controller. It is very important to dispose your camera controller. Okay, and I use the get temporary directory method to get the access of that temp folder, and we are performing the IO operation. That's why we have to use the async and await over here. So let me use the async and await. Also, we have to add the await just before the camera. Okay, and here we have to provide the path, the actual path. So we have to get the access of the temporary folder of the Android file system, and also we have to concatenate a file name over here. And how we will concatenate with help of the join method. So just see that I'm concatenating the two things with help of the join method. So this is the join method. The first thing is the path of the directory, and the second thing will be the file name. So what will be the file name? The file name we are going to use with help of the date time dot now. The current time will be the file name. Okay, and the extension of the file name will be png, and let me hit the save. And after clicking the photo, we have to navigate to another page. So for that, I'm going to create a new file under the screen folder, which will be a camera view.dart. The file name can be anything, and we have to import the material.dart package. After importing the material.dart package, we have to create a stateless widget, not stateful. It will be a stateless widget. The name of the widget will be camera view page. And instead of returning a container, let me return a empty scaffold. As of now, we have to write the logic of the UI over here and hit the save. And In the camera screen, we have to use the navigator to navigate from one screen to another screen. Navigator dot push, and we have to provide the material page route over here. And in a material page route, we have a builder method, and we are going to return the new page called camera view. And here you will see that we are getting the issue on a context. So let me give you a information like in the build method, we are getting the build context. So the scope of this context is inside the build method only, but this method is out of the scope of the build method. So let me get a new parameter called build context in this method. That will be a parameter context. And when we call this take photo, at the time of calling this take photo on this inkwell, we have to provide this context. Okay, the context which we are getting from the build method. So we are getting the context from the build method, and we are just passing this context to this take photo method. Okay, so the error is gone, that's why. And let me hit the save. And also for your information, I added the dispose method for disposing the camera controller. So please add the dispose method on your code as well. So let me click the photo over here. So if I will click here, then we are going to land into the new page where we don't have anything as of now. So let's work on this camera view page. So it's empty scaffold. So in the scaffold, we have to use the app bar. And in the app bar, we have to use the action. So first let me hit the save to see you the changes. So here we added the app bar, and the color of the app bar will be background color colors dot black, as WhatsApp uses the black color for the app bar. And now in this app bar, we have to add the 4 button. So let me add the 4 button. Icon button, the icon, it will be icons dot. First button will be the crop, rotate, on press will be empty method. We have to provide the size of the icon to 27, and let me hit the save. We added the first button of the camera view page, and let me just create a new button. The new button, the name of the new button will be emoji emotion outlined, and let me hit the save again. Second button is also added. The third button will be icons.title, and let me hit the save again. The third button is also added, and the fourth button will be icons.edit. So the fourth button is also added. Now after adding the button, what we have to do that we have to show the image which we clicked. So in a camera screen, we have to provide this path to this camera view page. So let me create a new variable over here, new string variable, which will be a path, and we have to add this variable on a constructor as well, because we are getting this variable from the camera screen. And in a camera screen, let me provide the path. I have to provide the same path which we created over here, because we stored the image on this particular path. So let me use this path, and let me go on a camera view page, and inside the camera view page of the body of the scaffold, we are going to use the container, and the container, we have to provide the width of the container. The width of the container will be media query of context, the actual width of the screen, dot size dot width, the actual width of the screen. Also we have to use the height. So let me just use the height. So I gave the container width and height of the screen width and height, and after this we have to use the child of the container, and on the child I'm going to use the stack. And why I'm using the stack? So if you remember that we have to show the image, and just above the image we have to place the add caption text form field as well. For that I'm going to use the stack. The first children of the stack will be again a container. Okay, in a container again I have to provide the height and width. So let me provide the height and width again. So height and width I'm just going to copy from here, and let me provide the height of this container to height minus 150, because just below the container we have to place the add caption thing as well. So the child of the container we have to provide. What will be the child of the container? The child of the container will be image dot file widget. In this file widget we have to provide the path which we are getting from the camera screen. So for that I have to use the file. Okay, and here we have to provide the path. So let me import the file from the dart.io, and after providing the file path, if I will hit the save, then you will gonna see the image. So it's a null right now because we have to refresh the page. So let me refresh the page, and after refreshing the page, if I will go on a camera tab, and again if I will click, then you will see that we are able to see the image over here. But actually inside the image.file widget we have to provide the fit property as well, and for it I'm going to use the box fit dot cover to cover all the portion of the container. Okay, now here we can see the image which we clicked. The second thing we have to do over here is we have to add the second children of this container where we have to place the text form field. So let me use the text form field, and inside the text form field let me provide the decoration of the text form field. I'm going to use the input decoration, and in our input decoration we have the helper text and the okay, we have the hint text where we have to use the add caption dot dot dot, and let me hit the save and see where the text form field is added. The text form field is added over here. So I have to wrap this text form field with a new widget called position, and I have to provide the position where I have to choose this text form field. So what will be the position? The position will be bottom 0, and let me hit the save and see the changes. So the text form field is now gone because we have to provide the width of the text form field. That's why I have to wrap this text form field with another container widget, and in the container widget I have to provide the width of the container widget. So what will be the width? The width will be the whole width of the container, I mean the whole width of the screen, and let me hit the save and see the changes. Now the text form field is came here, and also let me provide the padding so it will look good. So the padding will be insert dot all, not all, let me use the symmetric because that will provide more generic padding. So let me provide the vertical as the 5 and the horizontal to maybe 10 or 8. Let me hit the save. Also let me provide the color of the container to colors dot black, something like 38, and hit the save. And after that, let me just go on a text form field inside the input decoration, add the comma, and we have the border property, and let me use the input border dot none because I don't want to see the border here. And let me hit the save. Okay, and the second thing we have to do is just go in a scaffold and add the background color of the scaffold to colors dot black, and let me hit the save. And the hint text is gone because we have to do the styling of the hint text because the color of the hint text is the black and the background color of the scaffold is also black. That's why we are not able to see. So let me use the style color to colors dot white, and let me also provide the font size to 17 and hit the save. The add caption is now came here, and we have to add the suffix icon, I mean the prefix icon here. The icon will be icons dot add photo alternate, add photo alternate, and hit the save. And let me provide the color of the icon as well so we can see it. Colors dot white again, and let me hit the save again, and the photo is added. Just one thing is that we have to provide the size. What will be the size? Size will be 27, so it will look good. Okay, now the add caption is added. If I will go here and write the text, then we have to do the styling of this text as well because as of now it is black again. So for that styling, I'm going to copy this style, and in the text form field we have the style property, and let me provide the style as we have the style of the hint text. Let me hit the save. So now you can see that we have the style, and we are able to see the message as well over here. And the last thing we left is we have to provide a button for the right click, and to provide a button we can use the suffix icon just after the hint style. Suffix icon, I'm going to use the circle avatar for it, and I'm going to provide the radius of the circle avatar to 27, or we can change it, and I have to provide the child, and here I'm going to use the icon. Icon will be icons dot check, and let's hit the save. So here you can see that the circle avatar button is added. Just we have to change the background color. So let me use the background color to the colors dot teal accent and hit the save, or we can increase the teal accent to 700 so it will look good. Okay, and also we have to provide the color of the check button to the colors dot white, and also we have to provide the size to 27 and hit the save again. Now the button is also added, and it is looking exactly like the WhatsApp chat UI. Okay, and we can test it like tapping. Okay, the one thing which we left that inside the text form field we have to add two property like max line to 6, as WhatsApp have a max line to 6, so it will expand up to the 6. and the mean line will be 1. Just we add it on a individual chat page. So if I will write up to the 6th line, then it will gonna expand again and again, and after the 6th line it will gonna not expand. So this is the view page, the camera view page. Just after clicking the photo, we are going to land into the camera view page, which is looking exactly like the WhatsApp one. So the purpose of this video is now completed. Please don't forget to like the video or share the video. Also, please subscribe the channel to motivate me. Okay. Thank you all. Happy coding. See you on our next video.